this enlightening discourse. Today, we delve into the realm of integral components of modern computing, Amazon Web Services, that is AWS Cloud, and the Linux operating system. Our speaker, Mr. Syed Mohammad Farhan sir, will guide us through the intricacies of the technologies and illuminate these significance in the landscape of cybersecurity. Firstly, let's explore the AWS cloud, a powerhouse in the world of cloud computing. As businesses increasingly migrate to the cloud, understanding AWS has become paramount. From scalable infrastructure to a plethora of services spanning from storage, computing, databases, and more, AWS empowers organizations to innovate and grow. However, with great power comes great responsibilities, and ensuring robust security measures within AWS environment is crucial since that's the most spread out technology out there, AWS cloud. Next, we will venture into the realm of Linux, an open source operating system revered for its stability, flexibility, and security. As the backbone of countless systems worldwide, the most famous Linux plays a pivotal role in cybersecurity. Its robust security features, coupled with a vibrant community of developers and administrators, make it a preferred choice for a wide array of applications regarding security, server management, or the most preferred choice for cybersecurity pen testers. In today's interconnected digital landscape, comprehending both AWS cloud and Linux is indispensable for cybersecurity practitioners, as we all know. Whether it's securing cloud deployments, hardening Linux systems, or leveraging the synergies between the two, or our understanding holds the key fortifying cyber defenses. As we embark on the journey of exploration and learning, I encourage you all to actively engage, ask questions, and glean insights that can be applied in our pursuit of cyber resilience. So, without further ado, let us welcome Mr. Syed Mohammad Farhan sir to the session as we embark on an enriching discourse on understanding AWS Cloud and Linux. Thank you. Please, sir.
Thank you so much, Ayush. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for the kind introduction and good afternoon, all of you. Is my screen you can see my screen?
Not yet, sir.
Sharing my screen now.
It's not yet visible, sir.
It is still not visible. I hope now it is visible.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. It's visible now. I have spotlighted you for everyone so that there may not be any inconveniences for everyone else to see your screen.
Okay. Okay, so should we start our session?
Yes, sir,
I
we
hope.
can go ahead. It's already 2:35 p.m.
Okay, okay. So my screen is visible and okay. So good afternoon, all of you. My name is Syed Mohammad Farhan, and I'm taking up this session. In this session, we will just talk about the basics of the AWS and how to configure a machine, Linux machine in AWS. And the remaining part we will cover in forthcoming upcoming sessions, how to do all those security stuffs and all. But today we are talking about only the basic structure, basic of AWS and the Linux. How to build a Linux machine in AWS machine. So for cloud, AWS is a cloud provider, and we have three cloud providers: Amazon, um, Google, and AWS. And apart from that, you have Alibaba, IBM, and other cloud providers. But these are three very prominent cloud providers. So, according to NIST, the cloud provider, the cloud infrastructure consists of some criteria. And those criteria, and what are those criteria? The criteria are resource pooling. In NIST set up certain criteria, and the criteria that cloud provider should follow is the resource pooling. What is resource pooling? There's resources available, uh, like uh, you can say the storage, the RAM, all these things can be shared with the multiple organizations. The resource pooling, you can say. The another point is on-demand accessibility. Whenever you need, whenever you require, create the server to or use a networking devices, or you trying to use the OT environment. So on demand, it can be accessible. The third point we can go for is broad network access to the data or the solution. It is just like from any part of the world that you're sitting, you can simply log into your account and you can access it. So that is uh, the one criteria. That is the third criteria, which NIST decided. Fourth one is the elasticity. As its name implied, elasticity means at time when your usage is high, like the demand. Just take an example of a website. Like you have a website and your website is having some like the more visitors and you need more CPU, you need more RAM. So at that time, you can increase the CPU, the single limit, and increase the RAM as well. And after that, for a certain time, you feel that okay, the traffic on your website has declined, and you don't need that much of CPUs or the RAM. You can roll back to your original position. So this is the elasticity that the cloud service providers providing. Third is the measured, like the billing, the pay as you, how much you use the services of the cloud provider, they charge you accordingly to it. So it is a measure. So on these five criteria, this decided these five criteria that cloud infrastructure should follow. So this is the criteria. Now we are jumping into the deployment, the cloud deployment. As we discussed, we know that there are three deployment models available. One is public, private, and another is hybrid. So in public cloud deployment, it like it names suggest, everyone is invited. Everyone can log into it, and everyone can like multiple organizations or the users can access it globally. Just on browser.
Uh,
Uh,
Excuse me, sir.
yes.
Slight interruption. Uh, your voice is slightly not audible, so it would be
Okay.
like if you can speak
So
some loudly.
okay, okay. I hope my voice is now audible. Should I start from the starting or from which point that I have to start? First, tell me
Um,
my voice is audible?
Currently, it is quite audible. Yes.
Okay. And from the starting, should I start or from which point should I start on?
Um, I
Okay,
think we
let's
should
start from
start.
the start.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, it's okay. Okay. Okay, I hope my voice is now audible and the participants and are comfortable with my voice as well. Okay,
So,
so as we are talking about the cloud, um, like for cybersecurity personnel, NIST play a very important role. So NIST also decided some criterias for cloud infrastructures that cloud service providers should follow these five criterias which help the organizations. And what are those? First criteria is resource pooling. Like the resources, what are the resources? Like the servers, the CPUs, the processors, you can say the operating systems as well, and networking devices. These are the resources. So, Dhirendra, I guess you have some issue. Divya, um, do you have any questions? I don't know where I have to find this. Okay, yeah, Divya, how can I unmute you? Ayush, can you help me to unmute her?
sure, sir. Sir, would you be comfortable to take questions during the session or after the session so that
It's
I
it's
can?
better that we can take the questions after the session. You just jot it down the questions. We can take it after because otherwise we won't cover
Yeah, it would be
the
interrupting
topic.
the session quite a lot.
Yes, yes, yes. And meanwhile, when I just taking up the sessions, I hope your doubts will be clear.
Yes, sir. I
So
think so. I will like narrate the questions later on after the session, so you can
yes,
all note down your question or post it into the chat so that it is visible for myself, including all other admins, so that we can easily get your questions and relate to the speaker, sir. Please.
yes. Okay, so
Yeah, you may continue,
again,
sir.
yes, thank you, Ayush. So again,
Yes,
back
sir.
into the cloud infrastructure, the resource pooling part, uh, like the survey, as we are talking about the AWS, so we'll talk about the AWS. AWS service provider provides the resources so that you can just log into the your account and use the resources like networking devices, IoT devices. You can make the instances like the virtual machines and all these all other resources. So NIST uh, mentioned the criteria that these things. This is of course a necessary thing. Otherwise, it won't. You cannot call it a cloud if you are not providing the resources. So this is the resource pooling that Amazon Cloud is providing. Another thing is on demand accessible. On demand accessible means whenever you need 8 GB RAM or 256 GB storage capacity, two processors, four processors, or whatever like the operating system, Windows you required. This is this is your requirement. This is your demand. So this Amazon AWS cloud is also providing whatever your demand, it's fulfilling it. So this is also one of the criteria of NIST that the cloud service provider should meet. The third point is broad network access to the data or the solution. This means like any part of the world that you are, you simply log into the portal, your account, and you can access. You can access the solution, the data, the networking part, like the your machines, as we will see in after 10 minutes that after when we are creating our machines, we can create our machines, in Mumbai or in US. So we can see that in a practical manner how to access those machines and all. The fourth point is elasticity. And in elasticity, it means just take an example of a website that you have a website and you you organize one say some sale or the traffic for 1 day sale or 2 day sale, whatever it is. So for that sale period, like for that 1 day or 2 day period, the visitors on your websites will increase from, let's say, 50,000 to 10 lakh. For that particular period, you need the more processors, more GB RAM, so you can handle the traffic on your website. So elasticity means at the time of requirement, the you can increase the usage, you can increase your RAM, your storage, your processors, and after the end, like you don't need it anymore. The sale is over. Now again, your traffic is coming to the 50,000 uh, as a normal day traffic. So they roll it back to your um, previous configurations, like whatever it is, with the previous configuration, it will roll it back. So this is the elasticity that they provide, and this is a really good feature. If you have all these things in house, after after the usage, for you have to buy to tackle the huge traffic. And after the traffic is like the sale is over, then that infrastructure is of no use, and it is with you. So cloud gives you this flexibility, the elasticity, that in case if you need um, more processing speeds, uh, all those things, it will stretch it to the to your requirement, and again it will take it back, roll it back to the normal. Fifth point is measured billing. It is very good, like it is pay as you go, like you can say whatever and how much that you used the services of AWS, it is measured and they charge you accordingly. So these five criterias are defined by the NIST cloud, NIST, that cloud service provider should follow. Now let's get into the types of cloud. So this is just the introduction, like from a NIST point of view. Now we are getting into the introduction of the cloud. How many, what are the models, the deployments models of cloud, and how the services of clouds. So first, we are going to talk about the deployment model of the cloud. It's we have a public cloud, and we have a private cloud, and we have a hybrid cloud. In public cloud, as the name said, it's a public cloud. So anyone, like multiple organizations, can use the AWS services. Multiple users can get into it and use it. Public cloud. It is globally accessible. Remember this point, it's globally accessible. And the service provider for public clouds are Amazon, Azure, and Google. These are the uh, pub- uh, service provider of public cloud. The advantages of public cloud is it is not expensive, it is cheap, it is just like pay as you go. How much the utilization, how much you used the cloud, you have to pay accordingly. And it is cheap comparatively to private cloud. Now let's talk about the private cloud. Private cloud is locally accessible. It is private, like only one organization can access it. Um, okay, let's take an example like you have a data center and you create one, uh, you create a cloud, you create a scenario where the organization, the local organization can, um, I think there are so many hands raised. As we already said, that if you have a question, we can take the questions after the session. And if anything else, like my voice is not audible, my screen is not visible, then you can mention it. You can mention in the chat, and I think Ayush will take care of it. Okay.
Yes, everyone is requested to kindly please mention your doubts, queries within the chat itself instead of interrupting the session again and again. Thank you.
Hmm. Okay. So the private it's the words I said, locally accessible. Private cloud is simply a locally accessible. It is not for multiple organization, and it is for the one organization, or you can say a one user or one organization. And private cloud, it's quite expensive. It's very expensive comparatively to public cloud. And why we need the private cloud? For confidentiality purpose, we need public private clouds. In public clouds, I don't say it's the security concerns are very high, but yes, uh, the organization don't have a control over the data in public cloud, but in private cloud the organization has a complete control over the private cloud. So the organization who is working on a very confidential or a secret data, then they opt for a private cloud. And those organizations, they don't have an issue with the security. They can opt for a public cloud. Now the hybrid cloud, as the name suggested, it is a combination of a public and a private, where the organization, the same organization needs the confidentiality. They they use the private cloud, and they also want to share things with the world. So they go part of it, they take a private, and part of it they take a public clouds. And it is a very popular model. Hybrid model is a very popular model. And now a time it is very the organization is using this deployment model, hybrid model. So these are the deployment models. I hope the public, private, and hybrid models are cleared. Now, just we are coming into the services. What sort of a services like cloud are providing to us? There are three type of services the cloud is providing. One is infrastructure as a service, another is platform as a service, and software as a service. So let's not deep dive into it. We'll just take a brief of it from. I have one image. Okay, this is the image. This is the image which differentiate on-premises, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, or SaaS. These technology, uh, we can see the differentiation over here. Like in the green, it is the duty which is performed or which is look out by us, and in the red color, the services are provided by the cloud service provider. If you have an on-premises, so all these things, networking, storage, servers, virtualization, application data, all these things you have to manage, you have to create. You need the administrative persons, networking persons, software engineers. everyone for on premises, and it is very expensive. On the other hand, like the services, the cloud service providers, now it is over here as PaaS and SaaS. So let's talk about SaaS first, software as a service. Um, in software as a service, a person like he don't know anything. He don't know the coding, how to develop a software. He don't know how to develop a website, the front end, the back end. He simply reached the service provider and said that, okay, you just provide me the website, make all the front end, back end connections, do each and everything, and give it to me. Or you can say like some softwares. You are asking for a software, okay, just provide me the software. I don't know how to create or develop a software. I don't know coding. I don't know Python, PHP, Java. I don't know anything. But I only know how to use the software. So this is where the infrastructure, the platform, even the application, it's completely supported. It's given by the provider, is known as a software as a service, where a person only use the application, only use how to run the software, how to use the software. This is the duty of the organization. Whereas in PaaS, platform as a service, they know how to develop a website. They know the language, they know how to, they know Java, Python, they know the coding, they know how to develop an application. But they don't have a platform, means they don't have a compiler, they don't have a middleware. Middleware is it is a software which is acting between the operating system and the compiler or the applications, you can say. So so the organization, they don't have these things, the infrastructure or the platform. So they need a platform where uh, if a person is going to build some software, they need a platform, they need a compiler, they need the storage as well, they need where they, he needs to be install all those things. They need a platform basically. So this is the platform which the cloud service provider are providing, where you only have you should have only the knowledge of software development or a website development. So this is known as a platform as a service. In infrastructure as a service, the hardware and infrastructure, like the networking devices, the storages, the servers, the virtualization. Virtualization is like when we do some labs after it, you will find the virtualization. Uh, Virtualization gives you the feel that okay, the 2 GB RAM is actually physically is available for you, but it is not. Like 8 GB of RAM is in the server, and it is giving you 2 GB and giving 2 GB to someone, to some other uh, organization, or 2 GB to another user. So the virtualization concept gives you the feel, okay, this storage or this GB of RAM is physically available to me. So in infrastructure as a service, you have to write the code. You have the operating system. You have to manage the operating system, the software, the compiler, the each and everything. But the hardware, the requirement of a hardware will be provided in infrastructure as a service by the cloud service provider. So these are some differences in IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. I hope this is some small theoretical part. We are not getting deep into it, otherwise we'll lose. Uh, just a minute. Otherwise, we'll not able to create our lab, our practical site. I want that you should do these things practically. Okay, so now we are over here. How to create how to create Amazon machine for that. How to first for Amazon machine, we need how to create our Amazon free tier account. Amazon Amazon is providing us for a practice, for a learning purpose, 12-month free tier account where you can create free EC2 instance machines for the practice purpose. And there are more free things which is available. We'll talk once we get into it. And I will also tell you that what are the services that you don't use, otherwise you will be charged. So for creating um, the machine, the Amazon machine, we simply go to the Google. In Google, we AWS free tier account. Okay. For one more thing, yes, I forgot to tell you. For creating an Amazon account, you must have a credit card. They will deduct 1 rupee and then they will give return it back to you. But they use the credit card for the verification purpose. So probably you need a credit card before creating a free tier account. So you just write a AWS free tier account and you can create your free tier account in AWS. Going to their website over here, it is an icon. You can create, go to the create a free account. Okay. So it will provide you the root user email address from where you can access the root user. I'll tell you in the context of Linux. Once we create a machine, I'll elaborate about the root user as well. So over here, you need to verify your email address, then sign into it into the account, and you have to fill a form, and you also provide your credit card and maybe debit card details as well. And then you will be good to go. You have an account. So I already have an account, AWS account. So you can try this. You can create your account after this session. It is not very difficult. It's very easy. Everything is like a spoon feeding. You have to fill the form. That's it. Okay. So after creating an Amazon account, the interface will be like this. You will find interface like this. I already have created few um, instances. So, but for you, I will create a fresh instance as well. Okay, so this is the dashboard that we have, a dashboard, AWS dashboard, cloud dashboard. Over here, one important thing, see this area, this site, it is written Mumbai. And I click over here, they have the regions, like you can see US East, US East, Ohio, Asia Pacific, Seoul, Singapore, Sydney, Tokyo. These are the regions. And what are these things? So we need to know about these things, the regions, the availability zones in AWS. Okay. So regions means AWS have their data centers in the region, and in a region there are at least two availability zone. I think I should use paint for better understanding. And this is okay. So this is, let's say, the region. This is one region. Um, Mumbai. Mumbai is the region that we have. Okay, just a minute. Okay, in Mumbai, we have multiple, like at least two availability zone. Availability zone. Okay, we have at least two availability zone or a max up to six availability zone in the region. Availability zone means like the data centers they have, the data centers in the buildings, or like in two buildings. So it is denoted as AZ. I have to. Uh, is it visible for? Is it visible like Mumbai and AZ and all these things? Okay. So in Asia Pacific, we have Mumbai, the region, and the people from India, they can create their machines. They can use the cloud services or store their data in this Mumbai region. And the reason creating the regions in different part of the world for faster accessibility, like quick accessibility. Over here you can see these are the regions, different regions, and it is in I think South America or North America. These are the regions, and they have around the world. They have in South America, Middle East, Asia Pacific. Let's check about in the Asia Pacific. They have in the Asia Pacific. Now the Hyderabad is also launched in 2022, and they have the three availability zone. We have in the Mumbai, and they have again the three availability zone. Why regions? Region is because that you can access, you have a quick access over the region. And another point is the rules and regulation, as we discuss as a security personnel, like every country they have their policies, they have their standards. European Union, they have GDPR, data regulation standard. The um, the PII data cannot be transferred or shared to another country. For that reason as well, the AWS has their region in approximately many countries in the world. In the region, they have the availability zone, and the availability zone means simply it is the data center. It is the data center available in that region. It is called availability zone. Where, see, if you create something, if you store something, it is cloud doesn't mean it is in the sky. It is actually stored in the physical. It is actually stored somewhere. uh, can you just give me a minute? I'm getting a call. Just a second. Just a second. Oh, yes, please. Huh. So we can also see with the uh, with the, you can say, with the image. Can we have an image? Mhm. Availability zone AWS. Okay, so we can take some good image which helps you to understand better. This is the good image, I guess. Yes. So, see, this is the Amazon Web Service portal. It is the cloud, and you have the region, like region one, which is say in Mumbai, and another region you can say that is in America. So these are two different regions, and in the region they have the availability zones. Availability zones means the data center where your data actually is stored on a physical device. So this is the availability zone. So I hope this thing is, it's not much confusing, but it is clear that in Amazon there are regions. It is segregated by the regions, and in the regions it is again segregated by the availability zone. So availability zone is under the region, and the region is under the complete Amazon Web Services. And when we create our EC2 instance or any machine, we create in the availability zone in the region. So over here, let's come, okay, where we are. Okay, so when we log into the portal of AWS, the dashboard, it seems to be like this. You go to the EC2 dashboard. This is the dashboard that we have. Over here, it is seen like Mumbai. At times, when you log in, maybe you're logging from some other country, it will show some other region. I can change the region. Over here, I just change the region. Then you can see I'm in the North Virginia. I'll show you one thing. See, over here, the instance part and load balancer part. Okay, in North Virginia, like I'm in the same account. I am with the account of Sayyid Farhan with the same account, but in the different region. And in I'm in North Virginia region. There is no instances shown over here. I don't have any machine in this region. When I change the region to Mumbai, as I already have created back, you can see these three instances. What does this means? Like it segregates. It is region means you are sitting at some other place uh, with the same account, and me sitting in North Virginia with the same account with no machines active over there, and I'm sitting in Mumbai with the three instances, like over, you can see over here, three instances, three machines over here. And these machines were built in availability zone, which is the availability zone is in the region. So I hope the region and the availability zone, it's a bit clear. It's not that much confusing. It's very easy. Now we are going to create one machine in AWS. So you can have a good idea how to create the machine. Creating an instance is free. Remember this, creating an instance is free for practice, but you cannot, but when you log out your account, make sure that you stopped your instance, otherwise it will give you some billing that won't be much, but yes, still you will get some bill. So you ensure that you stop your instance so that you don't get any bill. Okay, in services we go to the EC2 instance. In EC2 instance we will go to the instance. I already have three instance, but I will create one more instance so that you learn how to create an instance over here. Okay, I hope you can see this launch instance over here. So we are going to create one machine over here with this. We are launching one instance. Click launch instance. We are coming up with this page, this dashboard. Over here, everything is given. It's very simple, very easy. You just have to do click, 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 and go, and your machine will be start. So over here, we have name and tags. We have to write any name, like with what name we have to create our instance. Say, um, we create one machine with Mumbai test one. Okay, we we name our server with Mumbai test one. After that, there is an application and operating system images. See, you will be provided with free images by AWS Amazon services that you can use these quick start. You can use these images for free. It is not chargeable. You can use Red Hat, you can use Windows, you can use Ubuntu. They Amazon create their own Linux, SUSE Linux, Debian. So all these comes under free tier. But if you go for some other images, it will charge you. So better just be into the free tier, which you are eligible for. So we simply go for Amazon Linux, or if you wish to use Red Hat, you can go for a Red Hat as well. But for ease, I just use Amazon Linux. Now, this is the description of the image that we have. 64-bit, 86 architecture, whatever it is, just remain it. Like, don't change it. Now, instance type. What is the instance type? Over here, you can see T2 micro. In T2 micro, like the instance, the machine that they are providing you is T is for testing purpose. It's for the practicing purpose. You will find C, you will find other nomenclature as well. In T2 micro, you will be provided with one CPU, 1 GB of memory, and around 30 GB of storage. So this comes under free tier for your practice. But don't go to some other machines like T2 Nano or something like this. Otherwise, it will be chargeable. Like the C, in C you have 96 CPUs or some more like all these things. These machines are provided by the Amazon, but they are chargeable. So for us to practice, we simply use T2 micro, which is free tier available to us. Now we have to create a key pair login. I already have one key pair, but now for you, for practice purpose, I'm going to create one key with you. It is T key 2, T key 1. Okay. Oh, sorry. we have to create one. Okay, for creating a new pair, we have to simply create a new key pair. Over here, we have RSA and ED 25590. I hope you already know about the keys, or there is public or private key, symmetric key, asymmetric key, all these things. And so this is something different. We cannot talk about public, private, or this symmetric, asymmetric today. Some other in other session we will take completely of symmetric and asymmetric keys. So this is asymmetric keys, public, private key, RSA, and we can take one key. We can take RSA, or we can take ED 255. ED 25519 is commonly used now, or time it is using in the organizations. So we can take this key and we can write T key 2, T key 2. Okay, we just give this is any name that you can give it. You can write T key 1, T key 2, whatever the name that you want to give it, and the file format that you want to give it, you can give it. It's PAM. We are using OpenSSH. That's why we are using this PAM. Or if you have a putty, you can use .ppk as well, or you can install OpenSSH to connect with your EC2 instance. I'll tell you from where you get this. Now we are creating one key pair. The key pair is created and it is save over here. It is downloaded. Okay. So we have created the key pair as well. Now the network setting. It comes under the networking part we will discuss, but it will take long. The VPC, virtual private cloud. What Amazon do, AWS provide us a default VPC. I will go through this in our upcoming sessions. But for now, for very basic, we are talking today that we are talking about the basics. So how to create the machine. So we are not touching this networking settings or a part today. Yes, but definitely we will talk about this in our upcoming sessions. So this the VPC, Amazon provider, they provide a default VPC to us. You can create a machine in this in the availability zone. What it is, I just uh, give you a brief about it, about this networking. We uh, we have three availability zone right over here. We have three availability zone. So VPC means default VPC. You can create the virtual private cloud over here in one VPC, or you can create you can create your machine in VPC 2 in the other availability zone. So it defines the area in which availability zone that you are. It is the VPC. Okay. Uh, okay. So firewall, like how you can connect to your machine. You are creating a machine, then you have to connect with your system, right? Because you created the machine in the cloud, so you have to create it. You have to create some security group, some permissions that you have to give. Like, okay, this is the SSH. From this IP address I'm gonna log into my AWS machine. So this is the security group, this is the firewall. These are the conditions that you have to add it. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. create a security group. Okay, we are going to create one security group. We allow SSH. We will do SSH from this machine to the Amazon cloud, from my laptop to the Amazon machine where I am creating the machine. Okay, from where we cannot allow SSH from anywhere, any part of the world from security point of view. So we allow from my IP address. Okay, only my this IP address can SSH the machine. So this is the security group. Uh, this is what we have created. Like this IP address can access this machine. So now it is they take self like configuration storages. They are taking 8 GB of RAM GP3. This is the root volume type. And if you want to add new volume, but at this point we don't do anything, we simply launch our instance. Okay, so over here we are we have created each and everything. You can see the summary. We have number of instance one, image, the software image, which can be window. This is the operating system that we have, the Amazon Linux. The virtual type server, the instance type for the testing, as I mentioned, T2 micro, which is free for us. Firewall security group. Later, we will learn how to create the security group as well. So we already created the security group over here. See this area. Storage, the 8 GB, it's the storage that they are taking. So this is the summary. Now we are launching our instance. It will it will take a little bit time to launch our instance. Over here we have the instance, and now we are gonna click over here. This we are coming with this window, this dashboard. Now see, we we have a name mum test one, the name of our machine, the instance ID. This is the ID the Amazon has given to us. The state, in which state right now our machine is. It's in the pending state. It will take bit time, then it will come into the running state. Okay, now it is in the running state. And the stance type, it's T2 micro. Status check, like the machine is getting checked. When 2 by 2 check is come, means the machine is good to go. It's in a good condition. And alarm status, we haven't sent any alarm. So what are the important things that we have to see right now is the availability zone. It's AP South 1. Okay, as I mentioned that we are in the region, Mumbai region. Okay, and in Mumbai region, our machine is in the AP South 1 availability zone. There are three availability zone, which is AP South 1A, AP South 1B, and AP South 1C. So these are three different availability zone that we can have. And Amazon itself, they choose availability zone 1 for our machine, and they place our machine in availability zone 1. Availability zone 1, over there, we were provided with the default VPC, virtual private cloud. It was mentioned over there, the virtual private cloud. That virtual private cloud is for the Amazon availability zone for AP South 1. If you have any question, just write it down. Anything I can tell you later. Okay, so it is showing us the launch time, what time it was launched. Monitoring is disabled right now. This is comes for the security purpose. Security group name, Launch Wizard one. The security group that we created was the Launch Wizard one. I created one security from where we can do SSH to this machine. That was the security group. Okay, over here, the details of the machines that we have. See, um, so this is the details. These are the details. The instance ID that we have, the public IPv4 address. Over here, uh, once we when we try to SSH this machine, we will we will SSH on this IP address from our machines. It is public IPv4 address. So it is routable on the internet. And this is the private IP address of the machine. So these are the important things which at this point that you have to know. Later everything we will cover, elastic IP and the host name. Of course, the this machine has a host name, VPC ID, and everything. Once we create the VPC, we will go with the VPC ID as well. Okay, that's security. In the security, we have this security group, Launch Wizard 1. Same, the Launch Wizard 1 over here. See, this is the Launch Wizard 1 and the security in the security group, Launch Wizard 1. In Launch Wizard 1, we have created one rule. What was that rule? The inbound rule. The inbound rule. What was that inbound rule? Okay, this machine can be SSH'd from this IP only. So this rule we have created when we were creating this EC2 instance. Okay, so our machine is ready. So machine, okay. Oh, the next. Okay, here's the machine, and our machine is ready, and you can see the status. It's 2x2 check. Now it is good to go. We can log into this machine by using OpenSSH. Sorry, by SSH with MOBA Extreme. Okay, you can you can download this particular software from here. Can download this software from here to access your machine. Okay, home edition installer or a portable version, whatever you are comfortable with, you can download it. Once you download it, you run to your okay. Where is my key? Okay, once you downloaded the MOBA Extreme and you have an installer, you installed each and everything you have done, then you simply open your MOBA Extreme. Okay, in the MOBA Extreme, you need to go to the sessions. This now I am in on my laptop. I am on my PC. Okay, and I am trying to log into the EC2 instance which I have created just now on Amazon Cloud. Okay, and how to log in? Through SSH. Okay, so these are the steps how to log in into your EC2 instance. Okay, show in folder. You just take this, copy, paste it over here at the desktop. You just paste your key TK2. Okay, and over here in your instance, you have to copy the public IPv4, because on this IP you have to do the SSH. Like you, for SSH you need some public IP, where, from on which IP address you are going uh, to access, going to do the SSH. So over here you simply paste. Okay, this is the machine. This is the IP address where I have to I want to log in, and I have to specify the username. Okay, what is the username? You can see the username from connect. Okay, this is the username, EC2 user. Okay, over here in this dashboard, first click this over here, and you will find on the top a connect. You simply click over the connect, and this is the user through which you can get access into your EC2 instance. The name is EC2 hyphen user. Okay, so go to the, like they say, specify username. So we use that username, EC2 hyphen user. So with this username, we are accessing our just now created EC2 instance in Amazon, which has this public IP address. Okay. In the advanced settings, we simply use the private key. This is why the public and private key. This is for the security point of view. We have the key. Which key we have? T2 TK2. Okay, then accept it and see here. We good to go. So this is the machine now we have created. Okay, I'll show you the scenario. Mm, what we have done. See, uh, suppose, I think I need. Uh, 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 anyways, what we have done, I'll show you. This is the cloud. This is the Amazon cloud we have. Okay, and in this Amazon cloud, we created one EC2 instance, one machine, one Linux machine, EC2 instance. Okay, just a minute. Somebody is at the door. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Okay, yes. So we have a cloud, we have Amazon cloud, and we have created one EC2 machine in the Amazon cloud. Okay, now we have a machine over here. This is our machine. See, this is our machine. See, local, our PC, local machine. What we do, we connected our local machine, not connected, like we access this machine, EC2 instance, this machine, what we have created in AW, what we have created in AWS, one machine we have created in the cloud, we accessed with our machine through SSH to this EC2 instance, to this machine. And how we connected? We connected through Mobile Stream. Like, this software that we used, you can use Putty as well, any other software that you can use. So we accessed this machine. So this is the scenario so far what we have done. Okay. So from this machine, this is from Mobile Extreme machine. From this machine through the software Mobile Extreme, we have connected to the EC2 instance, which is we made in the cloud. And now this is the EC2 instance. This is the machine in the cloud, and we can do any configuration which we want to do over here. Sudo I this we come into the root. This is the root user, and whatever the configuration you want to do, you can do it. Or like this is simply a Linux machine. So far we learn about how to create a machine, a EC2 instance, one Linux machine, and how to connect that machine with our local machine. So we covered AWS part, the basic, the very simple part, how to create the machine part, and we will in the upcoming sessions we will cover the instance part. This complete part we will take care of this like instance type, launch temp, how to launch template, spot request, saving plans. We will cover in our upcoming sessions. So the instance today we just learn how to create the instance, and if time allow us, we will also create the volumes, the snapshots, and all. Okay. So now let's talk about the part of Linux. Now we are shifting our focus from AWS cloud to Linux. Okay, in Linux, now in Linux, what we are learning today in this session. In this session, in Linux, sorry, is this? We will learn how to create users, and Linux, it's not just like window. You don't have a graphical interface in Linux, so you have to use the command line to create the files, to create the directories, to copy the file from one directory to another directory. So you use the command line. So that what we learn in the Linux, the basic, very basic, how to copy the file, how to delete the file or directory. This is the basic thing. Actually, in the organization, it is expected from the administrator that he should know more than this, of course. But yes, uh, to copy lots and lots of data from one place to another place, or a newcomer, a trainee has joined the organization, and they have to create one user with the with less privileges, like not with the with all the privileges, so that he cannot damage the configurations of the server. So it is expected in the organization from the administrator. And now a time, AWS, not only AWS, cloud is needed. Everything, most of the thing, like non-critical things, most of the non-critical things are being done on the cloud. So the knowledge of cloud and the Linux, it's it's really needed. And of course, networking part is the most important thing, I must say. But today we have a session of this AWS and Linux, so we'll talk about only Linux and cloud. So these things, these are the basic things in the company. When you entered into the company, those who are new, those who has just passed their college and get recruited in the different companies, they are being taught the basics, like these things are being taught to them. This is the cloud, these are how we are making these instances in the cloud, and how to make the users in the cloud, and how to copy the file, delete the file, all small these things has been taught in the organizations. So this is this is okay, connection is lost. Okay, I have to again connect with this. Just a minute. Hmm. Anyways, I need to connect once again. Mm, Where is the running instance? See how to connect. Again, I'm gonna show you. You just copy the public address, go to move extreme in the session, paste, specify the username. What username we have? EC2 hyphen user. Go into the advanced, use private key, or the private key TK2, and okay. Here we good to go. We again log into the machine, our machine. Where do I? Okay. Now uh, we are into the root user. Okay. So in Linux, we'll take little bit theory in Linux. In Linux, everything, each and everything comes under slash. Like everything. This is the parent directory. This is the father directory, you can see, no? Uh, Under slash, everything comes, uh, other directories like mm, var directory, like root directory. Every directory comes under the slash. This is the root directory. This is really important to know. Okay, this is the like C. We have C in Windows, the partition C drive, same as this is the main drive, and everything you will find, most of the thing in C drive, the same as you can find each and everything in this slash. How? I'll show you. Okay, this command pwd is present working directory. This command shows where we are, in which directory I am working in. Okay, so I am right now working in root, and before root, you see there is a slash. Okay, cd slash. Now, you have you seen this? The tilted sign to this slash backslash sign. No, it means that we are into the parent directory, the slash directory. Okay, we list this and we are checking. Okay, listing it in this directory. What are the things available? We have bin, we have boot, dev, etc, home, library, local, media. Everything is available in this directory. So this is the main directory slash, and under slash everything is uh, every other directory is available. Okay, so we see this through which user we are we are working with. We are working with root user. We are entered into the system through the root user. Root user, you can say the God user. Everything, anything, any single thing, or whatever the changes that you can make in the system, you can change with the root user. So root user do everything. Nothing is beyond the reach of root user. And there are different users as well. Like once you create the users, you give the privileges according to the usages of the user. Like you can say, okay, one trainee joined your organization and you create one user. You add one user. Okay, how can I tell you? See, this is the server that we have. Okay, this is the server that we have, and it is MariaDB, or let's say web server, MariaDB, so Apache, so anything which is running on it. And one new joinee joined the organization and he has to work on it. So you give some privileges. You have to add his account, right? Why this account that the administrator is have necessary to add? Because the organization can monitor whatever the changes, whatever that person, that user is doing. They can monitor it, they can see it. For uh, any user, whatever the changes that they are made, all those changes can be logged and can be checked. So this is the reason uh, that every user have their own user account. Through that they can make their task, whatever the work is assigned to them, they can do it. So for that, how to create, how to add a user into the organization? So there is a command which is user add. Okay, and let's say my name is Farhan, so I write for user add for. So I just add one user. With this small command you can create a user. And I want to set a password. You can set a password with pswd command. You can also set a password. Set password kiska for. Okay, so say you set bad password because I haven't write that in uppercase, lowercase, or small case. So this is the password that I've set. Now I give this credential to the user, to the new person Farhan, and tell them this is your user name and this is your password. You can log into the server and you can finish, you can do whatever the task is assigned to you. And those tasks and whatever the changes that he's making on the server, his complete activities is logged. So we can check for the security point of view what are the changes that he has made on the server. So this is the one part, how to create the user. Okay, and once we create a user, at times a person leaves the organization. Okay, before that, once we create a user, then there is a directory is being created in the directory home with name for where it is. Let's check it out. ls-home. Okay, see, there are two users, one EC2 users through which we logged in, and another we have created one user for. So these are the two directories has been made in home. Means what does this means? When we log in to the user with the user for or EC2 user, that user is going to work in his home directory only. He cannot leave this home directory. He cannot work in others home directory, like the Farhan cannot work in the home directory of EC2 user. Okay, I'm creating one more user first for your understanding. User test. Okay, this is user test we have created. Now let's see. Through this ls hyphen home, the home directory is available in the directory slash, and ls is the to list it. This is the command. Okay, now we have three users. So once we logged in with the user of test, we cannot work in any other directory other than that its own directory. Got the point? Suppose I switch to fur. Okay, this is I switch the user into the fur. Now I'm gonna check it. Present working directory. What is my present working directory? Here you can see this. I am working in home slash home then Farhan. So I can work only in Farhan. I cannot work or I cannot change my directory into another directory. Let's see if it is possible. We can change permission denied. See, this is the security. It has been implemented by the Linux itself that you cannot enter into another's home directory. You have to remain in your directory only. You can work in your directory only, not in any other directory. Like if I want to create a file or a directory, I can create in my home area only. Okay, now how to create a file? What are the commands to create a file? We're gonna learn with this as well. How to create a file? We can create through a command touch test. Okay, touch t1 dot txt. This is the way to create a file in Linux. This is the command, or there are other commands as well. Vim, vi, we can create with those command, cat command as well, but this is the basic command that what we use to create the file. So we create the file. Okay, we create this file. So I want to see where this file has been created. So let's see. This file has been created pwd in home farhan t1. Okay, I'm gonna check like this. ls home for in this directory. I'm gonna check it. Okay, here it is t1.txt. This is the file that I've created. I cannot create this file in any other directory. Or okay, directory in Linux we called it directory. In Windows, we call it folders. So don't confuse yourself directory with the with any other thing. It is called folders. Okay, we create the file in our folders, in our directories. Okay, and how to create now. Let's next question is how to create um, the directory, the folder. Okay, the to creating a folder, a directory, there is a command make mkdir. See, okay, you use tab as well, tab key as well. This key will show you the complete commands. What are the commands that with this letters are coming? Okay, mkdir make directory. Which directory? Where you have to create the name. You can create for. You can create like okay. Suppose T. This is the directory that you have created. Okay. T. Where have you created this directory? Again, this directory is being created in your home area only. You cannot create in others' home area. You can only create the directory in your home area only. Okay. Now the questions are how to how to copy the directory, how to copy the file from one location to another. We are going to wind up our session quickly. I'm just telling you few short things. Then we are going to open up our session for the questions. Whatever the questions that you have, we can take it. Okay. Mm, Control L, with this command, Control L, we clear everything which is we can clear our screen, and with the command history we can check our previous command, what the commands that we have used. Okay, so quickly, how to copy. Where we are, first we check present working directory, we are in the root. Okay, so we create one directory first over here, like touch paper dot txt. Okay, so this is we have created one file, and I want to copy this file to where? Okay, let's say we can create copy this file to home. So simple copy txt paper. Where is paper to home? So this file is copied to in the location home. We can see, we can check. Okay. Paper.txt. This is the file we have created and it is copied over here. Um, okay, I would love to tell you more about this Linux, but uh, it's already been 90 minutes, I guess. So we have to stop over here and we can take our next session very soon, where we will discuss how to again we can again discuss about the Linux basics to create, delete the users, to copy, create or delete or move the files and directory, and what are the groups. Okay, I'm gonna also tell you about the groups in the Linux, and how to add the volume, like over here uh, we have volume in the industry. Sometime it is needs comes requirements come up by the client. Okay, I want more volume, so how to add the volume into your instance. And at times you need to take the snapshots, the backup, and through backup how to make the images and use it to your different instances. So we will talk about all these things in our upcoming sessions. And this is about the AWS, and in the Linux, we will talk about the groups, the usernames, how to copy this and that, and how to use Vim editor, because there is editor, and the shortcut commands also we are going to use, the user IDs. So all those things we will surely learn about it. One thing I'm gonna tell you over here. Okay, ID. This command shows that your user ID is 0. Root user ID is always 0, and this GID means group ID. Group ID for root is always 0. See, and ID for Han, you can check. There is user ID 1001 and group ID is 1001. Whatever the users that you are creating, the Linux system always give user ID beyond after 1000. Like you create any user, the starting user ID given to the user that you have created is from 1001 to up to 65,000 something something. We will discuss all these things in our upcoming sessions. We will, I think, now just open for the questions, and you can also tell me what next you want to know or want to learn in your next session. This is the basics that I want to cover up, just a basic understanding of Amazon and the basic understanding of the Linux. Although I haven't covered much more about the Linux, which I want to, but anyways, in next session, we'll cover more about the Linux. Okay, where is Ayush? Okay, before ending it, I just want to tell you, once you created the instance, always see, my other instances are stopped. Always before logout, always stop your instance. Otherwise, you will be charged. Okay, so be careful over here. Okay, Ayush, can you take up, please? I'm sorry, Ayush is not over here.